What's going on, guys? My name is Carey, and today I'm going to tell you the perfect single wide size. If you're in the market for a new single wide, you might have noticed they come in a lot of shapes and sizes. We can go anywhere from 14 feet wide all the way up to 20 feet wide in one piece, which technically makes it a single wide. And we can do length up to 76 feet long in my area. So that means we can go from around 600 square feet all the way up to 1,520 square feet and even more in some areas. That's a big difference. So what I'm gonna do is touch on each width, tell you some of the pros, cons, costs, and show you my favorite floor plan. And then maybe we'll be able to decide once and for all, what is the perfect single wide size. The standard for years was the 14-foot single wide. They were a big deal when they came out and pretty much replaced the 12 wide home until recently when the 12 wide made a resurgence in the form of park models. If you live in or have ever been in a 14 wide home, they're a good size. So even though they're on the small size of what's available now, by no means is there anything wrong with a 14 wide. If you live in an area and that's the widest single available, don't panic. There's lots of great layouts to choose from. The most popular for us is a 14 by 66 foot, 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom home with bedrooms at either end, which gives you 924 square feet with very little hall and nice and open all the way through the middle. The number one thing I like about the 14 wide is the price. They are the most affordable. So if you're a first-time home buyer or a retiree looking to downsize and free up some cash, the total cost and the monthly payment are going to be important factors to you. So the 14 wide is a really great place to start shopping. Another benefit of the 14 wide is outdoor space. So if the lot you're looking at isn't huge, every foot counts. So any space you take out of the footprint of the house automatically becomes yard space. So if you decided to go with a 14 wide as opposed to a 20 wide, that's an extra 6 feet of width that can be put towards grass, deck space, barbecue area, patio, gardens, you name it. The downside of 14 wides is people like the latest and greatest. If you live in an area that only allowed 14 wides and then regulation change and now all of a sudden 16 wides are available, people are gonna be really excited about those 2 extra feet, and that's gonna be the more desirable home. It's like when the latest iPhone comes out. Even though the last one was a great product, there's just less people interested in it, so it can be harder to sell. And that could affect the resale of the home. This is a 16 wide house, and I wanted to show you the comparison of a 14 to a 16. So I've got my tape measure here. We're gonna take 2 feet out of this so then you can get a sense of what the 14 wide feels like. Bringing 2 feet out takes you right to there. So if you picture this coming out all the way down the house, that's the 14 wide. From there, over. If you've been subscribed to my channel for any length of time, you probably already know that 16 wides are the bulk of what I do. They fit really nicely on the lots around here, and people seem to really like that extra 2 feet. My go-to floor plan is very similar to the one that I like in the 14 wides. It just has that extra 2 feet all the way down the length of the house, which ends up being 132 feet. So instead of 924, it's 1,056. If you're in the market for a new single wide, you have to decide if the juice is worth the squeeze. Is it worth the extra money to get 132 square feet? The difference in price between a 14 wide and 16 wide for just the house can be $5,000 to $15,000. Plus, you've got all the extra costs for shipping and setup. I ship these homes about 1,000 kilometers, which is around 600 miles, and the difference between a 14 wide and 16 wide is about $1,500. The costs start to add up really quick, so at the end of the day, it's gonna come down to your budget and how much you can afford. When you're shopping for a new home, it's really easy to be tempted to stretch the budget. You add the granite countertop, you add 2 feet to the width, you add the rainfall shower. The list goes on and on and on. There are so many shiny objects that can drive up the price super quick. So always keep your budget in mind and find a balance between what you need, what you want, and what you can afford. And remember that a rainfall shower doesn't get you any cleaner than a regular shower. What I like about 16 wides is the added space is great. 2 extra feet down the entire length of the house is a noticeable difference in every area of the home. The only downside I see is the cost. While I do like 16 wides, if the budget is tight, you really have to consider if those 132 square feet are going to be worth the added stress of stretching your budget. Now this is an 18 wide. Look at how spacious this is. Now if you think back to the 16, you know what? Let's do a comparison. So 18 wide. This is a 16 wide house. 18 wides are new to me as of this year. They are becoming more popular in my area. However, most of the lots available are better suited for 14 or 16 wides because they're rectangular, long and skinny, or they're short and wide, better suited for double wides. I think new developments will cater to the wider single wides because some of the layouts are really nice. 18-foot single wides get you into that 1,200 plus square foot range, which is so spacious. And now you're competing against small double wides. And the beauty is they arrive in one piece, which drastically cuts down on the setup cost. My favorite 18 wide plan is 68 feet in length, and that extra 2 feet opens up some entirely new layout options that just don't work in the 14 and 16 wide plans. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom plan with living room, kitchen in the middle, similar to the 14 and 16 wide plans, but the extra space gives you enough room for a full big island in the kitchen and a walk-in pantry. The total floor space is 1,226 square feet, which is actually pretty crazy to think about. And having the bedrooms at either end gives you that separation with a nice open floor plan through the middle, which a lot of people are looking for. What I like about 18 wides, again, is the size. Being able to get such a large amount of space in one piece is going to be a game changer for young families and make housing more affordable when you compare it to double wides of similar size. The only downside I see right now is limitations on where they can go because of road restrictions and lot sizes. A lot of people watching this right now won't be able to get an 18 wide, which is unfortunate because they are a great option. When it comes to 20 wides, I can't speak from experience because I actually haven't done one yet, but I'm still gonna give you my thoughts because I do plan on doing them in the future. What I like about the 20 wide is they are a direct competitor of the double wide, only with less in freight and less cost in setup. The 20 wide plans I like, and where I see these being a cool option, is the shorter cottage style homes, similar to the tiny mansion we did, only with another 2 feet in width. 20 by 44 ends up being 880 square feet, which is a nice livable space for people. Smaller homes are in style right now, but what I'm noticing is if it's gonna be small, it better be cool. People wanna see it tricked out with some extra bells and whistles, which I'm totally on board with as long as the budget allows for it. Between the 14, 16, 18, and 20 foot single wides, what is the perfect size? Well, it really depends on your situation. The perfect model for a young family is going to be totally different than the perfect model for retirees. So it just depends on your situation. What you want to do is evaluate your needs, mix in your wants, and always keep your budget in mind. If I had to choose the perfect single wide size, I think the 16 and 18 wides are gonna appeal to the most people and be the most popular for 2021. That's all I've got for today. If you like manufactured home videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.